Now today's video is sponsored by World of Tanks, but more on them later. Disaster saves have become the bane of my existence. Every time I save a game despite impossible odds, you guys just send me a harder one, like this one. This Hungarian game is in such a sorry state, I have no idea if I'll ever be able to fix it, but I'll surely try. Now I'll spare you the details, I'll ask my editor to put a message up on screen. That's what they emailed me. In short, we're in the Axis, Germany's gone, Italy's gone, we still have Japan, and we're fighting the Comintern, the Chinese faction, and the Allies. Meanwhile, the Comintern is fighting the Allies and Poland for some reason. And the Allies are, well, just fighting us and the Soviets. Everybody's fighting everybody, in short. And the world's looking funky. No Iron Man mode, no historical focuses, so I know I'm gonna hate it already. Let's go. Check it out, just how screwed I really am. It looks like I'm very screwed, actually. Okay, so I'll need to reorganize the military. I know that much. Annoyingly, Bulgaria is also in the Comintern. I did not anticipate that. Okay, I'll strategize in a bit. I'll need to check the rest of the country. So we're doing destroyers. We don't actually have a port, so that's pointless. Instead, let's do either construction engineering, but this doesn't work for factories, which I'll be building. Maybe I'll just stick with army training because I will be squeezing out a lot of troops if I can. I do have some manpower. First steps, I'm going to total mobilization and I'll combine that with, ooh, that's a lot of war propaganda. I'll combine that with war bonds and women in the workforce. I could improve worker conditions because our stability is not excellent. It can wait. I'll do that eventually. I need production first. The rest of this looks okay. We're on export focus. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. I might change it later. Already on service by requirement and we're short troops already. I may need to go to all adult serve relatively soon. Other than that, the rest looks okay. I don't want the medium air company. I want light aircraft designer for fighter agility. So our fighters are better and the rest is as you'd expect, I suppose. One thing I would change is this guy. You've got a cavalry expert. He's useless. We're not going to use cavalry. I'm going to get rid of him. And instead, I will hire an infantry specialist because, well, we're fielding infantry. And the ace generation chance guy here, I'm also gonna get rid of the air combat training dude. Sorry. And I want, I was gonna replace him with the army regrouping specialist, but I don't. I could just get rid of the naval guy. There we go. That should give me enough command power. And army regrouping is in. Oh, my bad. He's already in. So that was a miscalculation on my part. Occupied territories. So Czechoslovakia will leave on civilian oversight. Romania will move up to local police force. Well, actually, we'll just move everything to local police force and manually set Czechoslovakia to civilian oversight. And I want my cavalry to handle that. Research. You're doing amphibious drive and nuclear react. Really? Really? There have to be better things to research. Like infantry equipment, my friend. Infantry. You're losing a war. This isn't the time for Wunderwaffen. It doesn't work half the time. More than half the time. Let's just improve what we have. You're also going for fuel refining, which isn't bad per se, but we barely have anything that uses fuel right now. Plus, we're on the Romanian oil fields. I have plenty of fuel, so instead, let's boost industry. I'm also going to get rid of modern oil processing. I'll do this one later. I don't even think we have that many refineries. Just get more production, so industry first. We're working on artillery. That's great. I'd want some AA as well. How is production looking? Reasonable. I am going to tone down the artillery a bit. A few more on trucks. Don't need that many trains. CAS is good. Gonna get rid of interwar bombers and I want more fighters. Actually, I want fighters more than I want CAS right now because I want these fighters to secure my airspace. I'm gonna get bombed into oblivion. If I can get enough fighters out, I can then start building up more CAS as well. And guns. I will need a lot of guns. I know that already. Actually, I also need some improved AA because it's unlikely we'll ever achieve air superior. Actually, it might not just be better to abandon air altogether? No, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So a bit on fighters, bit on CAS, the rest on guns and your basic variety of equipment you need. And we'll just trade with Poland. Fortunately, Poland is still our friend. I don't need rubber. We have spies and I'm gonna put him in Bulgaria because Bulgaria will be our first target. What do the templates look like? Okay, we got 3 of these. Well, if this is your basic division, you're almost there. I'm gonna get rid of 1 artillery and replace it with an infantry. That should make, yeah, 21 combat with infantry with basic support. This is good. I would add AA guns, but I don't think you have enough of those. 5 XP. That's a good place to spend 5 XP. And I'll make them default. Just change the name. There, that will be our infantry. What else do we have here? The basic, yeah, I'm not gonna use those. Yeah, these are good. I'm gonna get rid of that. Armor, might as well not have it. Man, I wish we had some tanks to save us. Speaking of tanks, would you like to zip across the open fields in a light Panzer II? Or prowl the streets of French villages in your mighty Tiger? Then look no further than today's sponsor, World of Tanks. Take to the field in an armored behemoth of your choosing, and with a range of over 550 historically accurate tanks to choose from, there is bound to be something you like. Take your precious battle wagon out for a spin across the fields of Normandy or the broken shells of urban centers and earn experience and upgrade your tank. There's over 40 different battle arenas to receive you as you fight over 100 million players worldwide. Well, not all at once, of course. No tank carries that kind of ammunition. But best of all, it's free. That's right, World of Tanks is a free online game accessible to anyone from pro to beginner. Use code TANKMANIA via my link in the description below, and new players can get a head start with 7 days of premium game time, the tier 5 tank Excelsior, and 250,000 credits. Plus, you can use the tier 6 rental tanks Tiger 131, the Cromwell B, and the T-34 85M for 10 battles each. Again, use code TANKMANIA via my link in the description below. Now, on to the suffering. And Lights Division, I might use these later on as port guards, but that can wait. So I'm gonna convert everything into the basic infantry then. I'll be a lot of infantry equipment short, I know. And I see you have motorized divisions, and I might want to spend some time making a few motorized just as my, well, sledgehammer. It is pretty expensive though. These 27 with motorized divisions would be very valuable if I can get a couple of them to smash Bulgaria, because I will need to crush Bulgaria quickly. I'm gonna take the risk and just go for it. I'll get more XP later. Now, as for our front lines, I will need one army of 24. I'll just start reorganizing. I'll use one army of 24 to quickly take out Bulgaria if I can. The plan is to cut towards the coast, take the ports here, so the Soviets cannot reinforce, and then either push inwards towards Sofia or move in from the Yugoslav side and take Sofia from there, because it's a lot closer. My remaining troops will have to defend my front line here with the allies. Fortunately, this is very lightly held. There's not that many allies here. What I will need to do is make sure I can retake Belgrade, because if I don't, Yugoslavia is pretty close to capitulation. If they lose 1 or 2 more victory points, I think just 1, that's it. Same for Greece, like they are almost gone, so I need to make sure they do not lose Thessaloniki and Heraklion, so it's gonna be tight. I don't want these two to capitulate. I know they're useless, well, mostly useless, but they're fielding 50 divisions that tie up quite a bit of the enemy army, which is good. Plus, Greece apparently has like a small fleet I might be able to use. Okay, so I'll just do some reorganizing now. That leaves me with only 10 divisions for my own front. Not excellent. Not excellent. Okay, so I've got 20 infantry divisions for Bulgaria. I've got 4 motorized, the new template I made. It should be fine, I think. And then 10 to defend my own front. I'm gonna force deploy these 3 units as well and queue up as many infantry divisions as possible. Prioritize reinforcements and garrisons. The Poles like us well enough, so I'm gonna start requesting Lend-Lease once a day ticks by. Then they should see that I have a deficit. I should be able to get some Polish guns, slow the game down, see if that actually works as I expect it to. Yep, they will now give me Lend-Lease. There you go, 4,000 guns. That's nothing to sneeze at. And I will do my very best to break through here. Now, a couple more things to check. Military high command, you've doctrines, you've gone battlefield support. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. This one works best if you have air superiority and can bomb the enemy at your leisure. Sadly, we don't, so this will not be perfect for a while. And your land doctrine is grand battle plan. I don't like this all that much, so I'm thinking if I get enough army experience, like 500, I'm gonna switch over to superior firepower, or maybe even mobile warfare just for the extra recruitable pop here in desperate defense. That might be a long shot. I just gotta reorganize the military. Fortunately, it looks like the Soviets are gonna lose a lot of troops here toward Poland. Poland is doing well. They've taken Moscow, and Finland's taken Leningrad, so maybe the Poles and Finns can crush the Soviets. We can only hope. We have bigger concerns right now. Let's start our offensive. I need to get across this river. Manpower is also gonna be an issue, so I'm gonna hold off on going to service by requirement for as long as I can, and once I'm very nearly out of manpower, I'll go up, because this is another massive hit to my economy. economy. And oh, speaking of economy, construction. I need mills. I need so many military factories. I'm gonna start pumping them out right now. Prioritize those. Maybe sprinkle in a synthetic refinery here and there every now and then just for the rubber. But I need mills foremost. That is absolutely vital. Plus, maybe some infrastructure to get our own steel production up if we can, but that can wait. I can still trade with Poland. So first order of business is going to be crossing the river here. It might be difficult. Yeah, I will try to reinforce the river crossing, but we will do what we can. I'm going to use this air force to try and make our breakthrough happen. So I'll redeploy them to the Eastern Balkans, close air support and logistics strike. And what few fighters we have will be dispatched as interceptors. All right, we forced the river crossing. Now all we gotta do is keep pushing. Don't allow them to recover their organization. And I'll use the speed of my trucks to make some encirclements happen, hopefully. Initial assault going well. We'll capitalize on that. This front is reasonably secure. Kinda, sorta, not really. There's not a lot of allied troops here. And if I had the troops, I could possibly liberate a significant portion of Germany before I meet any real resistance. I just don't have the men. I've got 13 divisions to cover that front. If I can free up men, I'll retake Belgrade, but right now I just can't. I need to focus everything on taking out Yugo as quickly as possible. And we are tightening the noose. If Constanta falls, that's a good amount of divisions gone. Okay, with that, I have the Bulgarian coast, so no more reinforcements for those Soviet troops. The Bulgarian ones will still get their supplies, but the Soviet troops should not be able to get reinforced. Alexandropolis isn't a port, so it doesn't count. And now I'm going to methodically cut away at the eastern victory points with my infantry. I'm redeploying my mobile units towards the capital of Sofia just to get closer to it, giving me a better chance of taking it out. It's surrounded by hills. If I can take those hills, I'll have several points to attack Sofia from. I am short quite a bit of equipment though, mostly infantry equipment, so I hope those Polish guns arrive soon. 2 days. And just keep asking Poland for guns. It's gonna hamper their efforts against the Soviets, but personally I think that's fine. I'd much rather this be a stalemate where Poland just holds off the Soviets for long enough for us to recover. I don't need Poland to win. Would be cool, but I don't need it. If they win, I run the risk of them maybe joining the Allies. I don't know what their relationship is at. I'm also gonna boost our relation. I need to keep this over 40. All right, we're moving on Sofia. With a little luck, maybe we can take it. Then again, maybe not. No, they managed to secure Sofia. Again, not a disaster. I'll just move on and take more tiles. Just readjust. We'll be fine. We're crushing Bulgaria from the east anyway. We seem to be running into some perpetual supply issues with the motorized. I could add logistics companies, but oh no, actually not an issue. All right, we'll add logistics companies to the motorized. I could also replace our field marshal. He's an organizer. I can give him logistics wizard, but he needs like a ton of extra experience. Or I could just take this general Hindi and promote him. He should have enough points to make it to 1, 2, 3, 4. He should have enough points to be able to take logistics wizard, I think. And that is going to help that front immensely. Well, we're burning through our air force to make this happen, but they're putting in good cast damage. I think if we just take Sofia, we've got it. I need supply in the region to make that happen, though. Yeah, it's getting difficult to push these Soviet divisions. They're getting full supply. They're not taking any attrition, but I'm still pushing in from the other side. I could always do a force attack, but that gets very expensive, and I don't have that much equipment available to me to burn. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna hit extra supplies and then move those two armies back under the field marshal, see if that actually works for them. It does. My god, that stupid paradox fixed that. And I'm going for an attack. See if I can I was gonna say, see if I can dislodge the Soviets here, but they've got a ton of entrenchment there. The rest of the front is looking okay. I just need more divisions. If I had more divisions, I could do so much good here, but I can't. It does look like we're systematically gutting whatever's left of Bulgaria, though, so it's a matter of time. I just don't know how much time I have. Just one last heave. There goes the northern section of the Bulgarian front, so that's gone. Just gotta reduce the pockets to nothing now. And we'll be on our way. Oh, we've liberated Vienna. That's cool. What I don't love is just how much resistance the Bulgarians are still putting up. Like, you've lost just Just admit it. You've lost. All I need to take is Sofia, but it's getting difficult to do so. Like, they're getting bottled up on top of their own capital. It's annoying. May not have been the best approach, but I think we'll be fine. And that is like a massive amount of that Soviet army gone. I just need Sofia. I just need Sofia. For some reason, like, the front lines here get so weird. It's very difficult to actually do anything. Yeah, I won't be able to just dislodge the troops from Sofia. So, new plan. We're gonna hit the mountain tile just south of Sofia. It's got some Mexican troops on it. Just cut off Sofia entirely, fully surround it, and then I should be able to, yeah, I should be able to take him there. Oh, this is actually getting quite annoying. The other Axis troops seem to have had the brilliant idea of starting to push out on the Western Front, because there is very little Allied presence here. Problem is, there's also very little Hungarian presence there. I've got 17 divisions. Don't make my front longer. I cannot stand up to real Allied resistance. They are putting up quite the fight, and the Allies have redeployed a bunch of airplanes to the Eastern Balkans. I think they realized I was really making use of the fact that they had no air there, so things have gotten a little more difficult. But if I can just break this one tile, I'll have Sofia fully surrounded, and with their capital fully surrounded, I should be able to crush it, no problem. Okay, it took me forever, but Sofia is now fully encircled. This is it. Final assault on Sofia. Should be fine. Should be able to do it now. Well, at least Sofia's about to fall. With Sofia gone, just gotta mop up the Soviet divisions, and bada bing bada boom, I can swing that entire army over to the Western Front. They are going to be very, very needed there. There goes Sofia. Bulgaria will capitulate now. I can use the motorized already. Gonna send them over to Belgrade. Liberate Belgrade. There we go. Bunch of stuff. Well, not that much stuff, but some stuff. Looks good to finally clean up that stain. The AI has inadvertently created some encirclements. Good. Oh, I look forward to making these Soviet divisions disappear. For some reason, the Allied AI is just getting itself into one encirclement after the other. That's just fine by me. Every division I destroy is a division I don't have to worry about, I suppose. Now to retake Belgrade as well. With Belgrade secure, Yugoslavia is definitely gonna get a lot more economic power, and just they'll be a much more viable ally. Actually, I should just go for the encirclement instead. It's gonna be a lot better. Unfortunately, it looks like Finland's gonna fall over any moment. There's nothing I can do to help them. They're on their own. Same with whatever's left of Germany. I cannot help you, my dudes. I just can't. You gotta do something on your own. Alright, that's Belgrade secured. Destroy those divisions. And Yugoslavia is now more or less viable ally. Greece is doing well. I'm thinking cut through Greece, push down south, just liberate all of Greece. I will need to make sure I guard those ports, and then just start working my way up the Balkans, make encirclements wherever possible, destroy all the Allied troops I can. I'm starting to mobilize more divisions. That's good. I will need port guards though. So I'll use the light divisions for that. 10 combat with engineer companies, and maybe some support anti-air once I can afford them on a low priority. And I need to squeeze out like 20. Maybe? We'll see. All of Bulgaria is now free. And now to cut through the Balkans. If we can get to the coast, we'll have this entire southern section cut off. Yes, they have ports, but it will allow me to mop that up relatively easily. The rest of the front is holding relatively well. I'll just need a bunch of these port guards available to me to secure the front once I've actually retaken everything here. And it looks like we've sliced through. Yeah, we are right through the Allied lines. Now we can start heading south. Well, you look at that. Looks like we've got ourselves a game again. Things are moving. All right, massive breakthrough in Greece. The Allies are gonna feel this one. Looking forward to this. Starting to get some momentum going. All right, that's most of Greece secured. I'm starting to deploy a couple of port guards. They're not the world's greatest, but they are better than nothing. Ideally, I'd get more, but I need all of my equipment currently for more real divisions and just reinforcing what's already in the field, because I am taking casualties fighting in the not ideal terrain that I'm in right now. Oh, how my mighty air force has been reduced, but it has been for a good cause. Okay, so in 6 months, I've managed to liberate most of Yugoslavia and almost all of Greece. We're still not out of the woods yet, but we've not lost. I've got Vienna back. Germany is, well, not doing well. Neither is Finland. I think Finland's actually capitulated. No, but they will. They will. There's nothing I can do about that. Good thing I actually put some port guards in position because the French are naval invading. I know this, and I know this from the bottom of my heart. The moment you fight the Allies remotely long term, you will suffer naval invasion after naval invasion after naval invasion. To their credit, though, it looks like Greece has actually intercepted some of their troops, but not nearly enough. There goes Finland. It's not looking too great for our faction. Not looking too great at all. That is going to put a lot of weight on the Poles, and they are slowly being pushed back, I'm afraid. On the other hand, it does give the Allies a massive border with the Soviets, and they're fighting it out as well. So, you know what? You guys keep killing each other. I'll keep killing you. And it just got better. The United States has declared war on the French Commune. We have a friend, baby. We have a friend. They will not join our faction because we're not faction leader. We can't get them in. It's annoying, but they are gonna fight the Allies now. Overthrow the ruling government. Oh, FDR hates communists. That's great. The Hungarian army is doing the Lord's work. If I can just get the Balkans cleaned up, squeeze out a couple more of these garrison divisions, I am in a good position. I want to liberate more German territory. Even in their current state, Germany is still the most powerful country in our faction. If we can get Germany back on their feet somehow, we'll have a true friend on the continent that will help us. Okay, so I stopped paying attention to this front for a little bit, and it's gotten weird. I don't know where the Allies are, but they've abandoned a lot of territory. I'm going to make the most of this, grab what land I can. I need to strengthen Germany that way. I honestly have no idea what's going on here, but if you're gonna allow me to make maneuvers, I'm going to do that. I am just gonna go for it. Of course, I'll have to make sure that none of these naval invasions actually gets anywhere, but I can always redeploy troops to make that problem go away. Now, I have just discovered a little bit of a bug or a feature, I don't know. The Allies have military access to Poland. That's fine. We're not at war with Poland. Poland's not at war with any of our friends either. They're just sitting there fighting the Soviets. Now, what does happen is sometimes a unit from the Allies walks out of Polish territory into our territory or Allied territory, Axis territory. And as a result, the territory flips to Poland. Like, they took Brno just like that. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. It's really annoying. There's nothing I can do about it. Any of you know why that happens? Let me know, because I am curious. Oh, wow. FDR really wiped the floor with Canada. That's good. The US is putting some pressure on the Allies, it seems. That's good. In Europe, there's barely any Allied presence. At least I'm not seeing a lot of contacts here. It's allowing me to really push out. There's not a whole lot going on here. I've still got my back snugly to the Kingdom of Poland. They're doing reasonably well. I think the Soviets are on their last legs. Annoyingly, the AI seems perfectly capable of liberating Italy. I'm not ready to garrison Italy just yet. My front's getting mighty thin. Well, as is tradition, massive naval invasions hitting my coast. My brave coastal defenders are trying. I'm gonna consider a last stand here. Shockingly, perhaps, we've actually liberated almost all of Italy. The Allies aren't even home. We've got ourselves a major in the faction back in action. Italy's almost up and running, I think, with Palermo taken. No. I think I need one more victory point and they will no longer be considered capitulated. That's great. I've also been able to build up a force of about 10 of these motorized units. They've been very helpful, but I am starting to run into some relatively fierce resistance. I'll see where I can use them. My front's just getting really thin. I just still don't have enough troops. I'm still building up more port guards because Italy is one giant naval invasion waiting to happen. Cost us blood, sweat, and tears, but Italy's back in business. And as you'd expect, the AI is completely unable to deal with the naval invasions. Anything we haven't killed off is just gonna run rampant. And again, it seems the Allied AI has decided to just completely abandon parts of the front. That's fine by me. I'm gonna see if I can quickly snake Switzerland. There'll be a treasure trove of guns if I can get them to capitulate. Center of the front still, well, fairly tightly held. Actually, they have more troops than I do, so I'm not sure why they're not attacking, but I welcome their decision not to. I've taken Bern and I'm about to take Zurich with virtually no opposition. What the hell? Like, sometimes I just don't understand the AI. I welcome it right now, but I just don't understand the AI. It makes no sense. But the Swiss are gone. They're no longer my problem. The front has gotten significantly longer, though, and that is a bit of a problem. But this gives us opportunity for encirclements, and I'm going to try and take them. See if I can push in further. Got hit by a massive naval invasion in the south of Greece, which made me pull my trucks away. At the same time, like, the Allies are just massing troops again. They've been counterattacking me mostly in the German territory. I cannot hold. I just don't have the troops. I don't have manpower to mobilize more men. It's a desperate struggle, and I'm not getting anywhere. The only real major we have on our side is Italy, close enough to help, and Italy is useless. Oh, great. Now Sweden joined the Allies as well. Oh, things are really getting out of hand. We are quickly running out of friends. Oh, I think we've just about mobilized whatever it is we're gonna mobilize. 4 full infantry armies and then 1 army consisting of 10 motorized. I am almost out of manpower. I'm losing it quickly, but I'm still mobilizing a little bit more. Most of my infantry equipment deficit is fixed. I'm just lacking support equipment and artillery now. It is getting better, though not much better, but it is getting better. If I can just survive the Allied assault waves, I can then counterattack usually. So I was fortunate enough to be able to squeeze by towards the Baltic Sea along the Polish border here. It seems the Allies have a lot of trouble manning this very large front. They're concentrating themselves more to the center, and the north and south are relatively lightly held. I'm just outside Berlin. I'm thinking a quick rush on Berlin to give Germany another lease on life. Maybe try and edge along the north here towards Rostock, Kiel, and then knock out Denmark, but that would bring me up to a border with Sweden. That might not be ideal. Okay, our troops are right outside Berlin. I'm gonna hit Berlin, see if I can retake the glorious capital of the German Reich. At least that's another friend we brought back from the dead. Yeah, it feels like the Allies just aren't home. Don't mind if I do then. I'm just gonna rush north, knock out Denmark, and collect some free guns that way. Actually, I could slice off a good chunk of the Allied army if I just push south here through this pocket. I'll create a pocket here. And it looks like it's working. Maybe if I can just keep pushing. Oh yeah, it worked. Okay, now to use the motorized to close the pocket, because the motorized have all of the good support companies. So what I did was give the motorized some maintenance companies as well, so I can steal some enemy guns and not just beg Poland for more guns. It's just that fending off these naval invasions does get a little bit tiresome though. Bye-bye, France. A lot better looking right now to swing up north and quickly take out Denmark if we can. The Danes out of our hair. More divisions are being trained. Good. And it looks like we have almost capped out our army experience. I'm gonna switch over to superior firepower now. It's costly, but I think it is worth it. Once we get down here, we've got all the good stuff, and then I'll go shock and awe or air-land battle. Doesn't really matter. Not sure which is best. We do lose logistics, but we get smoke and fire. That's also good. Well, there goes Denmark. One problem solved. And I really don't want to dabble with the Nordic countries. Well, with Denmark gone, I'm just gonna set 2 divisions to guard Copenhagen and cover the straits. As is tradition, I take my eyes off Italy for a moment, and they've been naval invaded. I've lost Palermo. Well, our manpower is burning. We're no longer mobilizing anything. That's it. We're going to scraping the barrel. Desperate times, desperate measures and all that. I'm gonna turn off army training. I'm not gonna train any more troops. Let's just go with air production. The Allies have also deployed troops in numbers now. They're constantly attacking. I am slowly being driven back inch by inch. I'm not able to attack. Like, every now and then I can get my trucks going, but then I have to take them off the front again to contest the naval invasion. It's just going nowhere. I think I've met my match in this disaster save. It has been slow going. It's December of 1946. We have made some gains. I've been able to cut off whatever was left in the Swiss Alps. This is a bunch of divisions stacked here, like 10 reserves, 15 divisions slowly being destroyed. I have pushed out. I'm still pushing out, but my computer's really getting slow. And I'm gonna use this breakout in the north to pay a quick visit to the Netherlands, and with luck, I might actually be able to capitulate them. They tend to be rather weak. And if that doesn't work, well, I've just opened myself up to slicing another slice. Oh, it feels good to make these divisions disappear. We may not win the campaign, but we've pulled our weight. 1.6 million losses so far, but we have killed 1.5 million UK troops. Ooh, that is like 300,000 Belgians. I'm sorry, friends. 1.5 million Frenchmen. I'd say, yeah, we've definitely pulled our weight. And there it go, the Netherlands. Excellent. Now, to use this gap in the line to quickly rush down into Belgium, take their victory points before they can really consolidate a defense here. And that is Belgium knocked out as well. It's so easy to push through the Low Countries once you just open a door. If you got motorized or fast tanks, you can just keep going before the enemy is able to reposition its troops, and the element of surprise will carry the day for you. Don't mind my research, I'm just researching random stuff to keep busy, and I have the very distinct feeling that by doing this, we may have just broken the back here of the allies on the continent. Belgium and the Netherlands were contributing a lot of troops to this thing, and the French are hurting. They got a lot of divisions, but they are hurting. Let's just try an all-out assault. It's burning the last of our manpower, but there goes Paris. Just an all-out assault along the front to pin their troops into place. And we just keep going. We keep going. We keep driving forward. If we can just secure the continent, we'll be happy. I am not going to bother with Norway and Sweden, though. I hope you guys understand. My time is precious, and this has taken me several hours already. I have to hand it to these French communists. They are tenacious, but in the end, they will still fall. There goes the French commune. Next victory point that goes, the country falls, and they've capitulated. Hallelujah. Now all we need to do is mop up Spain, and that's that. There's a bunch of orphan troops left behind. I'll leave the AI to clean those up. I'm moving everything I have to Spain. I think Adolf and Benito here owe us a huge debt of gratitude. Well, apparently Spain's in its own faction. Sure. You know what? Sure, I really don't care. Just because it's funny, I think I'll just make Portugal a little bigger. And with that, I think we have the entire continent secured except for the Nordic countries. All I'd need to do is just swing my army north and push through whatever they have up there. It cannot be a lot. I have all the divisions I need to make that happen. Don't have a lot of manpower, but we'll be fine. And I could, I suppose, build a gigantic submarine fleet or naval bombers, whatever, to try and naval invade the UK to really end this. I really don't want to, though. I'm gonna end it here. I think this is a good place to stop. It's 1947. My brain cells are gone, but so are most of the Allied troops, so that's good. If you like this video, check out this video. I think you'll like it.